conducted a week ago, 62% of those asked said the charges against George Zimmerman were probably or definitely true. Only 25% did not believe it. And of course, there is a big difference between whites and non-whites. 57% of whites believe the charges, 75% of non-whites do. Jason Johnson is an HLN contributor. You're also covering the trial for us. In fact, you're going back to Florida very soon. Why do you think George Zimmerman is losing in the court of public opinion?
Because I don't think he's a particularly sympathetic victim in this situation. If you compare his behavior to the behavior of Trayvon Martin's parents over the last year, you know, his parents have been on television. They've said, we just want the legal process. They've said, we don't think George Zimmerman's a racist. But his family has kind of gone off the rails, so he doesn't look nearly as sympathetic to most of the public.
Do you think that the jurors will feel the same way? I'm sure that George Zimmerman's attorneys have considered that.
Yeah, I do. And that's why I think a lot of this is not going to really boil down to the legal wrangling. It's going to boil down to who the jury believes. I think, for example, the idea of not having expert testimony about that phone, about the 911 phone call, it's not going to matter. People on that jury are going to decide whose voice they think it is. So a lot of this is about gut instinct more than legal wrangling.
I think one of the most interesting witnesses will be Trayvon Martin's girlfriend, who was on the phone with him at the time he was walking through that neighborhood.
Right. Oh, yeah, because she's the last person who spoke to him alive. And here's the high threshold that Zimmerman's got. He has to convince people that in about a 7-minute period that he encountered and identified a young man he'd never met before, and this young man attacked him and he felt his life was threatened. And if the girlfriend says, look, Trayvon seemed scared when he was talking to me and he dropped the phone, that's going to be really hard for Zimmerman to convince people otherwise.
And the people of the town in Sanford, are there many outsiders coming in to witness this trial? I mean, what's the atmosphere like there?
People are really skeptical of outsiders. Everywhere I went, they're like, are you a member of the press? Because no one wants to talk to you if they think you're a member of the press. So, you know, but a lot of people, the vast majority of people I spoke to there, even people who think that George Zimmerman is innocent, they think he's going to get convicted. I didn't speak to one person in Sanford, I was there for an entire week, who actually thinks he's going to get off.
Well, as we know, there can be many surprises in a court proceeding, so we'll see.
True.
Jason Johnson, thanks so much. Still ahead in the newsroom, authorities remain locked onto New England Patriots